Kobe Bryant was born on 23 August 1978, Philadelphia, United States of America. The origin of his name. Kobe had an unusual name, but it had an interesting origin. Kobe is actually the name of a city in Japan. His mother and father loved Kobe beef so much that upon looking at a menu from a restaurant, they decided that was to be their boy's name. Kobe's middle name was Bean, and that came from his father's nickname, Jelly Bean. Kobe Bryant actually meant a lot to Japanese culture. Many Japanese players in NBA today feel that Kobe Bryant was their favorite player in the world. As they grew up watching him, Kobe meant a lot to the people of Japan, and it is fitting that his name came from them. Kobe beef is a very particular variety of Japanese cattle, and it is very expensive in the world, despite the fact that its supply is low and the price is high. He entered the NBA straight from school to secondary and won the championship 5 of the NBA. He led the NBA in scoring during season 2 and ranks 3rd in scoring regular season, regular column, and a list of goals at all. He holds the NBA record for many seasons and wins gold for his Los Angeles Lakers team. He also had a great friendship with a Zanzibar teenager called Muhyiddin Zubeir. His talent for basketball began to shine when he was a student at Lower Merion High School, located in the state of Pennsylvania. Even as a teenager, it was clear that Kobe Bryant was special and he was real famous. Did you know that Bryant was Kobe's prom date? Yes, Bryant Norwood went by the stage name as Brandy and was a real popular singer back in the 90s and early 2000s. She had hits like The Boy Is Mine with Monica, I Wanna Be Down, and What About Us. She was also an actress and noted for her beauty. She was also Kobe's high school crush. Kobe Bryant was in high school when he met Bryant at the NCAA Awards and he asked her to his school prom. The meeting went well, as Kobe told his mom after the awards, I met such a nice, beautiful, intelligent, and sweet person. Kobe's prom night was quite a spectacle because of the paparazzi and security guards involved. Brandy had never actually gone to her own school prom, so the night was real special for her too. She had worn a beautiful Moschino gown. She still thinks fondly on that night, as she had said she had an amazing time with Kobe Bryant. Not many people know that Kobe Bryant actually grew up in Italy. He moved there when his dad Joe played for many of the local basketball teams in the 80s. Kobe could speak Italian fluently, and while in Italy, he played most days on the city's youth team called Cantine Reunite. He fondly remembered this time in his life as contributing to his formative skills on the basketball court. One of Kobe's friends and former teammate told the CNN he was obviously already real good. We had a strong team, but he was better than all of us. At 11 years old, he was already well secure in his power and what he would become. According to Kobe, Italy was very important to him, and he had mentioned that his story truly began there. Italy mourned the death of the star for a full week. Kobe stayed in Italy, where was not the best place to learn basketball, since the country is obsessed with soccer, not basketball. Kobe would often jump off the balcony of his parents' house, cross a busy road, and run to a church playground where he would spend hours throwing a ball in the basket. Kobe made history when he retired his numbers. In Kobe's Bryant basketball career, he wore 2 jersey numbers for LA Lakers. The first jersey he wore was number 8. This number was from all the numbers added up from Adidas ABCD Camp 143, a basketball camp where he attended, and he wore the same number while playing basketball in Italy. He then switched his jersey number to 24 during the 2006 to 2007 season, as this was the number he wore in Lower Merion High School. His change of number was explained by the fact that he first chose the number 8 to show he was new and he had to prove his worth. The number 24 was more of a way of showing that he had grown up and became older and wiser, and he had more life experience. Kobe made NBA history as the first player to retire 2 different numbers from the same NBA team. Love is real powerful. Did you know that Kobe Bryant's wife left high school because of him? Yes, it was love at the first sight when Kobe Bryant spotted his future wife-to-be. Bryant was a well-known star when he first saw Vanessa, who was an extra in a hip-hop video that was led by Snoop Dogg. He had started romancing her and sending her flowers to her high school. She was only 17 years old at the time they met. Their first date was real sweet as it took place in Disneyland. Kobe's favorite dish was out of the ordinary. It is obvious that Kobe ate real well and avoided junk food. In order to play basketball at your best, you have to watch what you put inside you. His favorite dish comes as quite a surprise though. He admitted that it was his favorite dish on ESPN. The dish in question is frog legs dipped in honey garlic sauce. Nobody can tell why this was his favorite dish, but perhaps he tasted it in Italy and fell in love with it during his formative years. After all, it is a dish enjoyed in places like Greece and Italy, as well in southern parts of the United States of America. Kobe once admitted he did not really have any friends, as Kobe Bryant was close to certain people in his life that followed the same career as him, like Shaquille O'Neal and LeBron James, but he admitted in GQ magazine interview back in 2015 that honestly he did not have time for friends and definitely was not Kobe's father a good friend. He stated he was not a kind of person that remembered friends' birthdays. Kobe admitted in the interview that his work was his life and that is what he focused on and obsessed about. He knew he could relate to people like actors, musicians, and businessmen who also worked as hard as he did and were similar to him. In his own words, he said, "Do we have time to socialize and to hang out aimlessly? No, I enjoy working." Kobe Bryant was a rap artist. Although Kobe Bryant spent much of his formative years in Italy, he was born and grew up in Philadelphia, where there was a rampant hip-hop and rap scene. Kobe loved it and was a part of the rap group called Chase-O. This all happened while he was a high school student at Marian High School, where he and some friends got together to form up the rap group. Chase-O was actually real good because 3 years after Kobe Bryant was drafted, his rap group was signed to Sony Entertainment, which was quite a big feat. The label wanted Kobe to have a solo rap career after the career success of rap artists like LL Cool J and Will Smith. Kobe spent much time with rappers like Nas and Fox Brown to get tips and advice about the business. He was real serious about it. His debut album Vision was set to be released in 2000, but there were creative differences between him and Sony Entertainment and they dropped him from the label. It is not easy to believe, but Kobe Bryant won an Academy Award. He won the Academy Award in 2018 for animated short story category for Dear Basketball. The entire short animated feature is based on Bryant's letter that he wrote in the Players Tribune in 2015. In this letter, he announced that he would leave basketball due to the fact that his body could no longer take the grind of the season. After he won the Academy Award, he had credited both Shonda Rhimes and Oprah Winfrey as they had helped him with the advice towards starting a studio. He also credited his beautiful girl Gianna, saying that she gave him the motivation to carry on as a filmmaker. She had told him, "Well, Dad, you always tell us to go after your dreams, so you should also go for yours." Have you ever asked yourself why Kobe Bryant nicknamed himself Black Mamba? Black mambas are deadly poisonous snakes found in Africa. They reach a length of up to 14 feet and are one of the fastest snakes in the world. Kobe Bryant gave himself this nickname after watching Quentin Tarantino masterpiece called Kill Bill, where the words Black Mamba was used as the code for a mission that was deadly. He adopted this nickname after his off-court problems in 2003 2003 and 2004, he adopted this nickname after his off-court problems in 2003 and 2004. Kobe really adopted the attitude of a black mamba as an alter ego to pull him through his toughest time back then. He needed to separate what was going on in his life, and he created the personal black mamba to do this. On the court, he had to be deadly and beat all his opponents. He had to be fast, agile, and accurate, just like a black mamba. Kobe was one of the best players the game had ever seen because he put in so much hard work behind the scenes. He was known in the industry for his incredible work ethics, and he could understand no approval of the lazy people. Examples of his work ethics included playing left-handed because of a right shoulder injury, losing 16 pounds for the Olympics in 2012 to keep his knees pain-free, and being very strict about what he ate. At 37 years old, he retired and became the oldest player in the NBA history to score 60 points in one game. Beyonce, backed by a choir, kicked off the Kobe Bryant Memorial at Staples Center on Monday, 24th February, capping up a friendship that had lasted for decades. But she stopped singing almost immediately after invited the audience to join her. Beyonce performed 2 songs to honor the legend, but the singing icon was reportedly banned photographers from taking her pictures during the performance, which caused a lot of confusion in the whole world. Michael Jordan also gave an emotional speech at the celebration of Kobe and Gianna and how he felt about Kobe.